Hi, I thought I'd share with you one of the long-running problems that I had as an Alfa owner for a long time, which was to do with this droning sound that you were getting from the rear of the car. It was like you would just hear as you were going along the motorway, it'd be like, when you got to about 50 mile an hour, it'd be like, ooh, 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 ooh. And you heard a sound like that all the time from the back of the car. Now, for my situation, it took me a long time to resolve this. I bought the car at 60,000 miles. I stuck a new tyres on at 80,000 on the back again. It then happened at 100,000, it started coming again. Then at 120, I had premium Continentals, haven't had Michelins. Then I had more Michelins again and got up to 120,000. And even towards 140, I think I'd wasted 3 or 4 tyres. So what was happening was that I progressed on for about 10,000 miles each time, I was driving up and down the motorway, and when I was driving up and down the motorway, it just started doing this. And people said to me, well, it's because you've got no weight in the back of your car. They also said, that it's because you've no children, things like that. But what was actually happening was when you looked at the back of the tyres, you could see that they were coming out every time when I took them to the garage. They sort of had a sort of pattern that if I went to the inside edge, and if you run your hand along that, it's all smooth. But when you were going to the outside, it was going up and down like that, like a saw. And that's why they're called like sawtooth tyres. And what was happening is from what I heard was I tried a few things. I went onto some of the websites and they said, well, swap your tyres around, that'll solve it. You can move them you put the fronts to the rears right on the same side, and then switch the rears to the fronts on the opposite side. That'll help. It'll keep rotating your tyres so they're not just going down doing the same boring motorway driving, and that's kind of the problem. So I tried things like that. I then got to the stage where I put the worn tyres on the back, thinking that would help. Because then they'd be less likely to be doing this, ruining good tyres on the back. If they had smaller tread, it wouldn't maybe make the sawtooth as much, which I found a wee bit. But people kept telling me, went into the garages, they said, like, I think at the time it was Quick Fit and a few others, and they were saying, they only did 2-wheel alignment in the garages I went to, and the Alfa Giulietta does not do 4-wheel alignment. Well, that I found out years later was not true. And when I got to an ATS one time and the guy said, no, we do 4-wheel alignment, and he gave me this 4-wheel alignment. And what we found out was that there's two or three different types, of the alignment. And what was happening with my car was that I was suffering from negative camber. And if you imagine the wheel's supposed to be straight like that, but it was like this. So every time it was going round, it was just bumping all the time. And that's why it was always hurting that inner edge and making it more sawtoothed in time. And I had that on the rears. I think there was a little bit of positive toe as well, which he sorted, which is just when it's nipping in, if you're looking from above. And that was what happened. So one of the things that you really need to watch out for, and you'll save yourself a lot of money, because I wasted a lot of tyres, was get a 4-wheel alignment, and you might find you've got negative camber if you're getting sawtooth tyres on the inside. So it's definitely well worth getting a 4-wheel alignment if that's the thing. And if anyone tells you to get two-wheel, there is 4-wheel out there. I know ATS do it, and I know even like Quick Fit nowadays. I actually have it at a lot of their garages now. Okay, hope that helps. That'll hopefully keep you not having all that noise that I had to experience for such a long period of time. And I can tell you now that since I've had that fixed, that's gone from 150 to 175, and I'm still on these tyres. So they're just and they were worn before those ones on the back. So it just shows that it is working. But obviously the most sensible way, if you don't want to knock out your alignment all the time, avoid the potholes, and also just don't fire yourself at speed bumps, which is what I used to do. Is when I was younger, when I drove my Rover, I used to fire it at speed bumps, boom, and then it would it would, you know, any wonder why it got knocked out of alignment all the time and you got worn tires? Well, that was why. So a bit more sympathy with your driving helps as well. But yeah, look out for four-wheel alignment if you're getting problems with droning and noise at the back of your car. I hope that helps.